Welcome back, Hive Mind. This is Shalzar with Hive Mind Gaming coming at you with another Raid Shadow Legends video. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, guys. So, what we're looking at today is going to be a times 10 boost. So, keep in mind that it doesn't mean that it's going to be 10 times chance of pulling an epic or a legendary. What it means is these numbers still stay the same. And if you spend a shard and you have an 8% chance to pull an epic and a 0.5% chance to pull legendary on ancients and voids. And if you pull an epic or a legendary, then it's 10 times better chance to pull these spotlighted characters or champions. So on this is a newer account. So what we're going to do is we're going to just open 10 shards and just see what we get, just in case. We're still waiting on the times 2. Plus it'll give us some extra champions to work with, being that it's a free-to-play account. Oh my god, Sandlash Survivor! Oh my god! Yeah. I mean, that that is that is a win in my book on that pull, so we definitely like that. We pulled all of our other voids during the Void times 2 event, and we got one more. Sure, why not? We'll just go ahead and run that. Just see what we get. And nothing. Confessor. Alright, Sandlash Survivor. Yeah, I am stoked about that. Let's go ahead and do this Sacred Shard, because there's also a Champion Chase event going on right now. Oh god, Jotan. He looks awesome. God, I want him to be so cool, so good, because he looks so cool, but he's not. But on a free-to-play account, he might actually be pretty well stacked, though. So we'll take a look at him in a moment. All right, so one other thing we want to go over is the champion training event for this champion here. So what it's going, this is just an intro to their fragment system. So what you're going to do is you're going to be able to collect 2 of these per day for the next 6 days. And within that time, you're going to get enough fragments to be able to summon him. Which, being on this free to play account, that's fantastic. And if you're a beginning player, then it's really going to help. So, cool effect. I guess it's going to start dropping this. And once it gets down and you chip away all the concrete, I guess, it's going to be nice and gold when you're able to summon him. So you'll get to summon Mr. Horden here, and yeah. So I think that's pretty neat. I think this is a good addition to the game. They finally added something to the game that was actually pretty darn cool. So I hope they just don't drop the ball with how they implement it, though, or how they continue to support it, I guess is the best way to put that. So, because there's a lot they can do with that. I just hope they don't drop the ball on it. So we've been collecting champs. We've been leveling guys up. We've got our Kale up to 6 stars. Working on leveling him to 60. So working on him. We've got quite a bit of the campaign completed. We've got both the normal and hard completely done. We've almost got full 3 stars on all of brutal. So we've got to stage 3 of 12. So that we can start using that to farm. So we're using Kel to farm everybody. It's going a lot quicker now that Kel's 6 star, and now that we're on 12-3, it becomes a lot faster to level up your guys when you're there. For clan boss, We are hitting hard at this point. So as for the Arbiter mission, we're still stuck on the achieve silver one, as everyone knows that it's completely broken. So basically all I'm doing is I'm waiting to refresh, and then once I refresh, I go through and I find fights that I can possibly win. And so I'm slowly creeping up, but it's taking forever because, well, I mean, we're in Bronze 3 and we're dealing with people like Draco and Prince Kaimar and oh my goodness, yeah. So many issues going on. Sandlash Survivor definitely going to help with all of that. So, but yeah, so that's where we're at currently. I've been doing the tag team arena a little bit, not a lot. Uh, Still don't like it at all. So, yeah, so I only do that when I'm bored and have nothing else to do. So that's where we're at right now. So we're at the same stage that all of you guys are at when you're free to play, which is the very annoying stage of needing to wait for our energy to refill. Hey, look, 100 more energy. Yay. So that's where we're at here. But just wanted to go over where we were at with this account, with our free to play account. There's a lot of issues going on. They've announced today that they are making fixes for the arena to make it easier on newer players to be able to fight their way through. They also made an announcement that there's new artifacts coming out, or new artifact sets coming out. So go over to their Discord, take a look at that. They look like pretty good sets. One's a set where it's going to be a dual set for defense and health, and the other one is going to be for speed and accuracy, I believe it is. Some other things that they say that they're working on are fixing boosting. Now they're using the word when they put out this, they're using the word to explain that it's boosting speed champions, and then you put a level 1 guy in there, their guy that's the fastest guy on their team, instead of speeding up the whole team like it's supposed to, there's a AI bug where they will attack that level 1 guy instead because they know that they can kill him. And so people are using that to I guess I don't necessarily want to say cheating because as it's working as intended, but it's playing in that gray area of manipulating the game AI to cheat the defense team. And then they say that they're working on fixing arena, the classic arena for silver and bronze leagues, but we'll see how that goes. They're also working on tag team arena. They've got a lot of things coming up for tag team arena apparently. So they're working on how the bar is supposed to work, with green meaning that you're automatically going to transfer to the next level, and then of course improving matchmaking algorithms and things like that. So, well, guys, if you did it right to begin with, then you wouldn't have issues to fix now. So they're also fixing the Torment issue. They've got some issues going on with Torment because they can't put anything new in the game without screwing up something that was already in the game. And apparently that's going to be one of the first things they fix. They're working on fixing. There's a new series that I'm going to start, so keep an eye out for it because they just announced that there's going to be. Well, they didn't just announce it. I mean, they've mentioned it before, but they've announced that it's in the works and it's going to be done. Is there's a champion that they're bringing out that can be received by completing all the faction wars. So I'm going to do a new series that's going to be faction war specific, where I'm going to take each video, I'm going to take a look at each individual faction, and we're going to take a look from beginning and free to play players all the way up to in game on what you could use to beat each faction, or to at least advance in each faction. So we're going to take a look at that series. So keep an eye out on that for that series. So, and it also looks like people have had some issues with collecting their weekly arena chest. So they're working on fixes for that. They are working on the Void Tower. Yawn, because we've never heard that one before. But we'll see. I mean, it's almost like every update they say they're working on the Void Tower, but we'll see. We'll see if they can follow through. So those are some big announcements that are coming out. And then lastly, they announced that they are working on huge champion rebalance. I hope to God Rhodos is at the top of that list. I hope. Yeah, either that or raise the bar. I mean, if you want to keep Rhodos to be the Billy Badass that he is, by all means, keep him at the top of the tier of Billy Badasses. But, put stuff in the game that can actually deal with Rhodos that's not a legendary. So I want the ability to I want free to play players and just beginning players, well, not necessarily beginning players, but at least free to play players to have the ability to stop Rhodos. There's got to be a checks and balance, and right now there really isn't. There's plenty of champions out there that can double tap Rhodos to get rid of him, but the fact that you don't have to build him to survive because he's got that ability that stops the damage coming in. I mean, he's just an all-around broken character. If he didn't have that ability, I don't think he would be as broken as he is. I mean, that one ability. Yes, his ability to just machine gun your whole team down in one turn is pretty stupid. At least when he first came out, was pretty stupid because I mean that, and with the artifact set, it was dumb. But the fact that you can't kill the guy in one shot it means that I can spend all my gear to building up his attack instead of having to compromise some of his attack for survivability. So with that one ability, it would force players to have to compromise his attack value versus him being one shot because I don't have the gear to protect him. I don't have the proper gear on him to protect him. So I think that one ability, if you took that ability away from him, he would be a lot less frightening to more players. Because right now, I mean, top end players don't care because they just use a double tapper like Foley or something like that and just double tap him. Players that don't have that option, then they avoid him like the plague. So they're missing out on so many fights because they're afraid to even face the guy. I mean, when I was first coming up, I had champions that I refused to fight, like any of the counter attackers, because I didn't have a counter attacker, and it's annoying to fight a counter attacker when you don't have one, or someone like Madame Series to cleanse that stuff or to remove that stuff. So there's always champions out there that you want to avoid, but I think just about everybody likes to avoid Rotos because he's so broken. So, but anyway, so that's pretty much it. They also said that they've got new champions coming out, guys. That's not new content. Polarium, just that doesn't count as new content. unless they're groundbreaking and they're doing something different. Like for instance, when Wilhelm or whatever the hell his name is came out with the battle pass, he brought new abilities. Frozen Banshee brought a new ability. That's new content because they're bringing new abilities that are being brought into the game. Speaking of Frozen Banshee, for Christ's sakes, bring out another character that has poison sensitivity. So that's pretty much all they had for announcements. So hopefully they can follow through on the things that they're saying. Unfortunately, as we all know, most of those things they've been saying since they started doing these every other week announcements. So, but at least they're doing the every other week announcements, and it still shows that they're working on the stuff. So we'll give that to them at least. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. If you liked what you've seen and you want to see more, please hit the like button and subscribe button. Every one of those helps more than you'll ever know. And I appreciate every one of you, and we'll see you next time. Bye.